Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Marvin Plackett. It's today, Friday, March 20th. A shout out to a couple of our good staff members. Dan Leach works in maintenance. Patty works down in laundry. I wish I could say hello to all 480 staff, but not today. I hope you're doing well, and I'm going to start out once again with our COVID-19 updates. As you will remember, over the last few days I've mentioned that two of our staff at Episcopal Church Home have been tested, or we submitted their samples for testing for COVID-19. One sample came back this morning negative. Very pleased to report that, and they didn't have symptoms, but we wanted to make sure there was reason to test them. We did that, and one came back negative this morning. The second one, we're hoping that test will come back tomorrow or the next day, and I'll certainly keep you posted on that. We are still keeping one resident in isolation at the terrace. Again, there are no symptoms at this time, but just out of extra precaution, keeping that person in isolation for a few more days, and then the 14-day period of restrictions will be lifted. I mentioned yesterday that one staff person at Episcopal Church Home that was being monitored, that their test came back negative. There is one staff person at the Gardens that is currently in isolation at home. They do not have, there was some suspicion, but they do not have the classic symptoms. But just out of extra precaution, this person will not be scheduled for a shift for 14 days according to the doctor's order. So that's the updates that I have pertaining to COVID-19 at this time. So in summary, we have no confirmed cases of COVID-19 on our campus at this time. Very pleased about that. Just some reminders on COVID-19. Stay in your zones. Stay in your zones. Wash your hands frequently. Remember, no visitors other than those under urgent circumstances like a hospice situation. No visitors. And we ask you not to leave your buildings and go out into the community. Really, you've heard that message on the national level for quite some time now, and we are strongly encouraging that we all do our part. Right here at Episcopal Homes, we all do our part to contain the spread of this virus. So once again, no visitors, and we ask that you stay within your buildings, which means you'll be staying within your zones. Remember, stay in touch with your friends, with your relatives, make the phone calls, do FaceTime, do social media, stay in touch however you can stay in touch, reach out to new people. Remember that social separation is vital. That's a good thing. Social isolation, that's a bad thing. We don't want that happening. For residents who do not have the ability to get groceries delivered by either a family member or an online app or service, we are making arrangements to help you pick up the items you need. Residents are asked to prepare an essential grocery list and bring it down to the front lobby of their building. So if your building, whatever your community is, bring it to the manager's area on Monday mornings from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. So this upcoming Monday, if you need assistance with grocery shopping, bring your list of essential grocery items Monday morning between 9 to 10 a.m. and someone will pick up these items for you. Okay? So this will obviously pertain to those that are living in our independent buildings. Put sanitizing wipes in the garbage after use. Okay? They belong in the garbage can. Don't flush them down the toilet. With the current increase in the use of sanitizing products, sanitizing wipes are causing major sewage pipe problems around the country. This is causing some disruptions in our ability to flush toilets. Help us keep our plumbing working. Use the trash container for discarding sanitizing wipes. Okay? Very important. We've set up a fund to help our elders maintain access to groceries and other essentials during this difficult time. Not only related to food, but also we've set up a fund to help residents stay in touch digitally through electronic means to help combat self-isolation and to maintain connections. If you would like to help, donations to these efforts, whether it is food or social connections, which requires technology, you can make a donation by visiting our website, okay, which is episcopalhomes.org. All right? Yesterday I left you with a cliffhanger, and it was some words of wisdom from one of my colleague CEOs. I forgot to bring this yesterday. I told you I'd bring it today. Here it is. And I'm just going to read a very short excerpt. He gave 5 recommendations. I'm just going to read the first one. First, be human. We're all in this together. Show kindness. Assume positive intent. Reach out to your neighbor. Check in with your family and loved ones. Try to stay connected professionally and socially, even if only virtually. And I should say, many times it is only virtually. Listen to those in your life, your colleagues, your family, your friends. Hear and validate their fears. Show empathy. Be authentic. Show love and concern. To that I say amen. And now some words from Phil Rose. And let me say, just before Phil steps up, just a reminder, I give this update every day, Monday through Friday. Since it's Friday, I'm surprised how quickly Friday came, but it is Friday today. You will not be hearing an update from me until Monday. Phil Rose.
Thank you, Marvin. I had a couple of things that I wanted to say this afternoon. The first is I want to give you a link to something that was a day brightener for me. If you go to YouTube and you enter Chino Valley High School Chamber Singers, that's CHINO, the Chino Valley High School Chamber Singers. They had a concert that was canceled, and they got creative, and they decided to do a song with all of them from their homes, and it is Somewhere Over the Rainbow, and it's really, really well done. It's about 3.5 minutes. It will make you smile. The other thing I just want to mention is that this is not obviously just a crisis at Episcopal Homes. It's not just a crisis in Minnesota or the United States. It is worldwide. And throughout the globe, there are a number of churches and religions that are suggesting that this Sunday be a day of worldwide solidarity and prayer. In the UK and Scotland and England, I'm a bit of an Anglophile, so I tend to look that way. There are a lot of churches, including the Roman Catholic Church, the Salvation Army, the Federation of Scotland, the Friends, which is the Quakers, a number of churches that are inviting people at 7 p.m. on Sunday night to put a candle in their window. Obviously, at Episcopal Homes, we can't put real candles in the window, but if you have a battery-operated candle, maybe at 7 p.m., you could put that in the window. And for those of you who are at home, obviously be safe with candles, but that might be something nice. And they suggest this prayer for the world. For all that is good in life, thank you. For the love of family and friends, thank you. For the kindness of good neighbor and Samaritan stranger, thank you. May those who are vulnerable, hungry, or homeless experience support. May those who are sick know healing. May those who are anxious or bereaved sense comfort. Bless and guide political leaders and decision makers with wisdom. Bless and guide health workers and key workers with strength and well-being. Bless and guide each one of us as we adapt to a new way of living. And may the light shining from our windows across the road and wind, Glen and Ben, Kyle and Isle, be reflected in our hearts and hands and hopes. I hope you have a good weekend. I will be back here on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock for an Episcopal service and at 11 o'clock for a Catholic service. Until then, be well. Thank you.